Great Tuesday morning to you all. Welcome back to another edition of Balanced Bytes. I am super excited to be back with you on today, where we're going to be continuing our series on the power of intentional goal setting. And today's topic is taking inspired action. Now, before we dive in, I want to share with you this is going to be the last episode or last part of this series, but before we dive in, I want to share with you an opportunity to join me in a 3-day free boot camp called the Balanced Leader Bootcamp. It's essentially a 3-day challenge where we're going to focus on helping you to set some prioritized goals so that you can make sure that you are taking care of you in the pursuit of your goals, your vision, your dreams, your plans, all the things. So you can sign up and learn more at balancedleaderbootcamp.com. I'll come back and add it to the comments because I completely forgot to do a little ticker tape for it. But it's balancedleaderbootcamp.com. You can find out all the information and sign up there. It's all going down starting on Tuesday, May 28th through the 30th. And it's going to be an amazing time. You'll get an email each morning with an assignment and with a little bit of information of the topic for the day. And then each evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing a live training where you'll have an opportunity to ask questions and get live support coaching in real time for your burning questions so that you can go from where you are right now to where you desire to be without sacrificing your well-being in the process. So again, that's balancedleaderbootcamp.com. You can get all the deets over there and sign up for free. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. So over the last 5 weeks, it's week 5, we have been exploring all the principles of intentional goal setting. We've talked about cultivating balance and well-being, as well as embracing growth and resilience. That was our topic for last week. And so now what we're going to do is turn our focus to taking inspired action, right? Because all the planning in the world does not matter if you don't ever take action on it. So we want to move from the planning phase to the action taking phase. Sorry. Hang on. I need to pull my notes back up. I accidentally clicked out of them. All right. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 strategies or 5 specific steps that you need to take in the pursuit of achieving these goals that we've set, right? So because taking action is the thing that really bridges the gap between where you are right now and where you desire to be. But it's really the catalyst for turning what we see in here, our dreams, what we see in our imagination, and make it into our tangible reality where we manifest our vision for the future, where we actually can see it, touch it, smell it, and experience it firsthand, right? So the first step in taking inspired action is to get clear on what your goals and your intentions are, right? So this is going to involve getting clear on what it is specifically that you want to achieve. And not only that, why it matters. Because when you, as my dear friend, Dr. Lacey Robbins says, when you know your why, the what makes sense, right? So you're going to experience some roadblocks. You're going to experience some setbacks. There's going to be some challenges that you face along the way from your grand vision that you see in your mind to the manifestation of it. And it is your why that becomes the driving force when you face those challenges, when you face those setbacks, because without a strong enough why, you'll make an excuse and you won't follow through on the thing. So we want to make sure that we are establishing a why. So when our goals are aligned with our values and what our passions are, we're going to be much more motivated to take action and overcome those obstacles along the way. So by taking the time to sit down and to clarify your goals, we can start to create a roadmap for success that's going to guide your actions and your decisions so you can get from where you are today to where you desire to be. So that's the first step, to get clear on your goals and your intentions. Once you have actually gone through and clarified your goals, the next step is to, guess what? Break it down. We're going to reverse engineer that thing. We need to break it down into actionable steps. By taking that big goal and breaking it down into smaller, more bite-sized tasks, that not only makes them less daunting, but it increases your likeliness of success, right? By identifying what those specific actions are that you need, or the specific actions that you need to take, I should say, to move you closer to your goals, you can start to create momentum and progress towards those desired outcomes. I like to use this example. You've probably heard the saying before: how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. If you were to stand in front of an elephant, even though it's not living, it's cooked or whatever, and you got to eat it, you're like, how in the world am I supposed? You probably would get full instantly just from looking at it, because it's so big and you can't even imagine eating that whole thing. But what if you decide, okay, I'm going to start with an ear, right, and cut the ear off, and I'm going to focus on only on eating this ear, and I'm going to eat it one bite at a time until the ear is gone, and then you might move on to the tail or to the other ear, right? By breaking it down, it makes it less overwhelming and feel like it's more doable. You get those small wins along the way so that you can keep being pushed forward, right? You get that momentum. Not only, so next up, so that was number 2, to break things down into actionable, to smaller, bite-sized, more manageable action steps. Then you want to make sure that you are cultivating a mindset of courage and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. Growth and transformation only take place when we are willing to push past our fears and our limitations and take some bold action. I remember, was that 2012? I knew that I wanted more. I had been working for this company for, I think about 8 years at the time. I can't quite remember. And I wanted more. And no opportunities were really opening up for me there. And I knew that it was time for me to leave. Things had gotten extraordinarily uncomfortable, but I was nervous about stepping into something new. But I knew that I wanted more and that I was never going to get it if I stayed there. I also wanted to go back to school so I could finish my degree. And the working hours, I was working 55 plus hours a week. There was no way I could go back to school with the hours that I was working and be successful. And so I had to take some bold action and step outside of my comfort zone and leave that position without another one to go to. Talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, everything worked out in my favor. Not only that, so when I made that decision, I also knew that I was going to be my own worst enemy, that if I didn't do something to encourage myself along the way and remind myself that God was at work behind the scenes on my behalf, then I was gonna like downward spiral. I would probably end up depressed and all kinds of negative things. And so what I did was I planted what I call my faith garden. I got some gladiola bulbs and planted them. And each day when I watered them, and I would pray over them and remind myself that I knew that those gladiola bulbs were sprouting and going to eventually turn into flowers, but I couldn't see it initially. And so that was just kind of a physical reminder, right? So what I was doing was cultivating this mindset of success. I was cultivating a courageous mindset through that process so that I could stay the course until the right door, the right opportunity came my way, right? So when you are taking inspired action, it's going to involve you having to face your fears. It's going to involve you taking some calculated risks or challenging yourself to stretch beyond what you think your own limitations are. So, by embracing the discomfort and uncertainty, we start to open ourselves up to new possibilities and new opportunities for growth, right? The fourth step that you need to take is to stay committed to your goals. Not only that, but stay accountable. Doing that is really crucial for taking inspired action. It's going to involve things like setting deadlines, tracking your progress. This is something I talk about all the time, and holding yourself accountable to high standards of integrity and getting things done, right? You need to be committed to yourself, right? You need to be committed to yourself in the process. So, in all of that, you also want to keep in mind that you need to remain focused and disciplined in the pursuit of your goals. And through that, you can overcome whatever obstacles, whatever setbacks that you may face with resilience and determination, right? It's going to be important. I see some of y'all are popping off over here in the chat. Let me take a hot break and see what y'all are talking about. Hey, Chasen. Hello, hello. I'm so glad that you all are here. All right, let's keep rolling. Uh-oh. I clicked on the wrong thing. All right, so finally, our last step is to, in taking inspired action, is to, of course, stay open to feedback and course correction along the way, right? Life is unpredictable. Can you agree with me there? Life is unpredictable, and our journey towards our goals, um, I'm not, I'm not going to say it may not go. Chances are it's likely not going to go the way you plan. I can pretty much guarantee you it is not going to go the way that you plan it to go. You're going to face some sort of challenge along the way. So, by kind of embracing flexibility and being adaptable, you can really start to adjust your course as you need to so that you stay aligned with your vision for the future. You don't want to be caving at the first sign of trouble, at the first setback that comes your way. You just need to pivot and adjust. Matter of fact, one of the things that I teach inside of, and I'm going to talk about this in just a moment, but inside of my Visionary Action Lab, one of the things that I teach when we're going through the process of establishing goals is to plan for roadblocks, to think about some of the things that might come up along the way so that you can create a plan in advance for how you're going to manage it, how you're going to deal with it before it comes up. So that way you're making a decision outside of pressure, because oftentimes we don't make the best decisions when the pressure is on us. When we're in a situation where we're like, oh my gosh, I need to do it right now, we tend to make decisions based on urgency rather than the thing that is best in the scenario, because we want that quick fix, and sometimes the best option is not a quick fix, right? So anyway, I don't want to belabor that. I just want to remind you that just taking inspired action is really the key to taking your dreams and turning it into your reality. It's going to allow you to manifest the future that you have envisioned for yourself. So, by clarifying your goals, breaking them down into actionable steps, cultivating courage and that willingness to step outside of your comfort zone, staying committed, right? Staying committed and accountable, and staying open to feedback and making that course correction, all those things, you can start to create a life that is aligned with your deepest dreams, desires, and aspirations, right? So as we continue on our journey to or of intentional goal setting and cultivating balance, I want to remind you that you should be taking inspired action every single day, because those small steps that you take daily are the things that add up to create the life of your dreams, the life that you really desire. So, like I said, we're closing out our exploration into intentional goal setting. And through this process, we've gained some really invaluable insights and tools to help us to navigate the complexities of life with grace, courage, and even a little purpose. So, in a few weeks, I'm going to be opening the doors to my Visionary Action Lab, which is a 12-week program that combines the essentials of intentional goal setting with very powerful self care practices that ensures you are able to achieve your dreams without compromising your well being. It's really important to note that the Visionary Action Lab is it's not just a program. It's really a transformative experience that empowers you to unlock your full potential and create the life of your dreams. And you do that by harnessing the power of intentional goal setting, cultivating balance and well-being, as well as embracing growth and resilience. So this journey to your vision, listen, it may not always be easy. And matter of fact, I guarantee, like I said earlier, it's not going to be easy, but it will absolutely, undoubtedly be worth it. And I want to invite you to take the next step towards realizing your vision by booking a discovery call with me to see if joining the Visionary Action Lab is right for you. And together, we can empower your vision and transform your life. So, to hop on my calendar, go to chatwithtrisetta.com. Let me pull up the link so you can see it. Yeah. So just go to chatwithtrisetta.com to book a complimentary discovery call with me. And having said that, thank you so much for joining me today. I always count it a pleasure when you are here with me. And I want to encourage you to take care of yourself and others. And I'll see you right back here next week, Tuesday, for another edition of Balanced Bytes. Bye for now.